I am sick and tired of your Kudo King Among Bears making my commander Agent Frank Horrigan a 2/2 bear. Frank's whole thing is attacking for big damage while proliferating my planeswalkers. So I think I'm going to cast this Vraska Betrayal Sting, and I'll use their -2 ability. Target creature becomes a treasure artifact and loses all their card types and abilities, and I'll target your Kudo. I know I've said this a lot during our time together, but I truly never meant it more than right now. What are you going to say? Unfortunately, that isn't going to work like you think it is. No, it's going to work exactly how I think it will, and exactly how you've explained it to me 1,000 times. Kudo makes all creature types bear, which applies in layer 4, and it sets the power toughness to 2/2s, which applies in layer 7. Am I right so far? Yep, you are nailing it right now. Vraska's -2 ability turns Kudo into a treasure, and Kudo loses all abilities and gains the treasure text. This ability makes Kudo a treasure artifact, which applies in layer 4, and it adds an ability and removes other existing abilities, which is applied in layer 6. So with all that being known, both Kudo and Vraska apply in layer 4. So that's a timestamp order, Kudo applying first since it was the first, then Kudo becomes a treasure. But then we move to layer 6, and we remove Kudo's contiguous effect, and it gains its treasure abilities. Since layer 6 is before layer 7, Kudo already lost its ability to make everything 2/2s. This is exactly how it works. You did really well explaining how you think this would play out, but it doesn't. For this whole interaction, we need to look at CR 613.6. If an effect should be applied in different layers and or sublayers, the parts of the effect each apply in their appropriate ones. If an effect starts to apply in one layer and or sublayer, it will continue to be applied to the same set of objects in each other applicable layer and or sublayer, even if the ability generating the effect is removed during this process. What does all that mean? Since Kudo was on the battlefield first, then Vraska, we apply their layer 4 effects in timestamp order. Kudo's make everything bears would apply first. The question we have to ask is if Kudo loses its abilities later, do they stop? Yes. Yes, they do. It really depends on when we apply Kudo's ability and if anything applies before it. Since Kudo has continuous effects that occur in 2 layers, and Kudo's first effect occurs first, then its other effects will continue to apply even if its abilities are removed later in building the game state. The opposite is also true if Kudo loses the ability in the process of building the game state before it starts to be applied in the first layer it would be applied in. Then it won't be applied in any of the layers it applies in. Had Vraska's ability had a text changing effect also that applies in layer 3, then since Vraska's continuous effects would apply first, and this would cause Kudo to lose all abilities since something had applied before it started. What you're saying is since Kudo had an ability applying first, everything Kudo does must continue to apply? Yeah, pretty much. Kudo loses the ability after having started applying its effect to the game, so Kudo's effect remains and will still apply its effect in layer 7. But I could sacrifice the Kudo treasure and all your problems could go away. You're not gonna sacrifice it, are you? Nope.